A Shigami, known as the god of death, can kill any person provided they see the victim's face and write the victim's name in a notebook called the Death Note. One day, Riku, bored by the Shimigami lifestyle, interested in seeing how a human would use a Death Note, drops one into the human realm. A high schooler and a prodigy like Yagami stumbles upon the Death Note, and since he deplores the state of the world, tests the deadly notebook by writing a criminal's name in it. When the criminal dies immediately following his experiment with the Death Note, Light is greatly surprised and quickly recognizes how devastating the power that has fallen into his hand could be. With this divine capability, Light decides to extinguish all criminals in order to build a new world where crime does not exist and where people worship him as a god. Police, however, quickly discover that a serial killer is targeting criminals and consistently tries to apprehend the criminal. To do so, the Japanese investigator counts on the assistance of the best detective in the world, a young, eccentric man known only by the name of L. Death Note has been adapted into live action films, TV dramas, video games, light novels, and a musical composed by Broadway composer. It's licensed in North America by Vid Media. And I will say I have not seen the live action version of Death Note. We're not going to touch that topic, but this anime has 37 episodes, premiered October 4th in 2006 to June 27, 2007. Based on the popular manga series, it is mystery, supernatural, and suspense. The theme is police and psychological. The demographic is shoujo. Each episode is 20 minutes per episode, and it's rated R and 17+ for violence and profanity. Now let's get started into the review. I was first introduced to Death Note when I was probably a freshman in high school, and I was intrigued by the anime series because it was a really unique, compelling story that my friend gave me a small summary to because she didn't want to spoil the entire storyline for me. And I'm glad that she didn't because I was already intrigued by Shimigami, which is almost like a reaper in some sense. And the story was really interesting. I'm like, you have this unique kind of like, not master manipulator, but like more like the deaths are in his hand of this one high school student, and it's all because of a notebook. And I guess the Reaper of this Shimigami is like tired of doing the job himself. So he's like, oh, let's see if a human can do it better. So, you have the main protagonist, Light Yagami, and L on the right of him, and the Shigami in the middle with the apple. He's like, let's give humans a try. Let's see what they can do. And that was just an interesting power prowess, I think. I think in the point of view of the audience, like the question or morality of the show is like, if you give someone the capability of killing an individual that they pick in their mind, you give them a highly difficult thing based on morals and justice and injustice. So given the state of Yagami Light, who attained this power to kill, is utilizing hope to create a utopia in which he is God. It is creating a world where there is no crime. That means getting rid of criminals and only criminals, and the purpose of having hope and rebuilding a perfect society where crime is non-existent. And in criminals, you think in Light's situation, you have a right to kill individuals who have done wrong and will do wrong yet if they're set free. And in his eyes, very apparently, cannot be reformed. I think Death Note presents this question to viewers, and sometimes in this possible case, this question can be easily answered. In this series, this anime series in general challenges the viewer's moral and gives an answer to that, and it does it really well, if you ask me. Now, despite the debatable topic of moral injustice, Death Note in the story department has a very strong story plot line where the plot just unravels in each episode, and with every, as they say, great power comes great responsibility. And in Light's case, he is forced to play the judge, the jury, and the executioner, in this great tale of cat and mouse, and and the police who seek to detain him because they think he's a serial killer, killing criminal. You think they'd be kind of grateful for Light doing their job for him, but I guess it doesn't always work out that type of favor. And then you have the great detective L, who's attempting to pursue, Light in this case. And I feel like the first 15 episodes will automatically draw your intrigue into that murder mystery type aspect. And I think as you go further and further pacing the show, the suspense really hangs over the episode, which you can, easily pick up. And I think you won't be easily disappointed. But I think overall, when it does break into, I guess it kind of breaks up depending on how you watch it. There is like a second arc. I think it kind of just draws out the situation of, the rivalry between Light and L, and how, the series has them being getting as two rivals, and it works really well. I think overall, besides Light and L, they're most intriguing, intelligent characters in this anime. They're both geniuses. They have, present something different quality about both of them that you kind of want to root for them to win the game. And, when I get too much away, you'll see how Light's characteristics are very interesting, and you kind of rooting for him, but you kind of also want him to fail. And then you have L's quirky nature about him. You see his very love for cake. He does love sweet things, so that's a factor. Besides L, they're both unique and likable in their own unique way, and along with their strong character development, especially with Light, you witness his, how he plans out his methods of doing the thing that he does since he's given the Death Note. In some scenes you witness him being calm and calculated, and before breaking down to madman and reckless mess. Being obsessed with his ideal of quest of using the Death Note to make the world a better place, and him basically become God. And I think also it gives off a very strong character development between all these characters that we're introduced to, especially with the side characters. I think overall Death Note has, along with the great storyline, the great characters, had a lovely soundtrack that goes with it. Like each scene works perfectly with the music that's added to the background, not only as the opening and end song of the anime, as also the background music where you see Light using the Death Note for the first time, the music that accompanies it. It just brings out the anime to a full effect, and it really does really good how it zooms in on Light writes the names of the criminals he wants to end. But overall, I think watching the series when it first came out, and having that anticipation of waiting for each episode to come out was like, stressful anticipation, but it was well worth it in the end. I think also how good this anime was back then when it first came out. The suspense that had me on the edge of my seat was amazing. Anyone who has finished it, you understand the complexity of this anime, and those who are trying to get into it, just take your time. With anything, we'll have many questions that will probably not get into it, maybe just depending on how you view the ending of it. I think also the actions and morals of Light, it comes back to that moral attackability of the complexity of the character, and that, the craving, that sensation of suspended anticipation with every waking moment with this anime. And as good as Death Note is, it depends. You might have a love-hate relationship with the character, just depending on how you view it. Especially me, I had beef with the Shinigami, just a little bit. But it's not too personal. But overall, the lovely cast of Death Note was a raising thrill to watch, especially if you love that type of murder mysteries, like suspenseful anime. And this anime is definitely for you. Definitely check it out if you haven't already, and let me know what you think. But definitely, Death Note was one of the animes that chef kisses that I was glad I was introduced to in high school, and have thoroughly rewatch every now and then when I need some suspense in my life. But definitely check out Death Note if you haven't already, and let me know what you think. But until next time, guys, see you real soon. Bye!